Hello to everyone. Welcome to Marine Optimization Consultancy. Once again, today, my dear friends, we will talk about the autonomous shipping. Autonomous shipping. So, I will share my own experience and also how I view it as an engineer. And for sure, in order to have better results, you have to also align a lot of different disciplines. You have to align a lot of different disciplines. So the best results come when you have internal, external stakeholders and they agree to one common goal. They agree to one common goal, what they would like, let's say, to reach or to meet. With autonomous shipping, what we have as a term, it is a ship which is moving without, let's say, the intervention of the human, um, whatever it is, let's say, from the view of navigating, okay? From the view of navigation. From the viewpoint of engineering, that is not possible to become. But when I'm saying it's not possible, this does not come from a thin air. It is real, provable that the engineering problems are so huge and are so big that from that point you cannot manage it. Okay, so you can see it's similar to the cars as well. The cars are in autopilot, still making mistakes in nowadays. So still the models are trained. There is a lot of different variances. But as the model improve, for sure, less and less errors will be happen. From the engineering viewpoint, the vessels are really much more complicated than a car. And also, we have to have in mind that what autonomous shipping means, it is not the same level of autonomous shipping that we can achieve, let's say, on a tanker, on a passenger vessel, on a, let's say, surveying vessel. So this kind of vessels or ships or assets, let's say floating assets, have different type of integration of the autonomous system. So different levels are required. Also the requirements for sure it is different. But as the autonomous shipping is progressing, for sure, yes, there will be barriers, there will be problems, and these problems has to be taken in consideration with other teams, broad teams, in order to resolve them. And how to resolve them in such manner that it's still profitable. This is one of the points. So the costs are not really high. One of the things, yes, is the costs of autonomous shipping. The next thing is how easy the technology adoption happens. That is also for the crew that still will stay on board, the utilization of the existing, let's say, technologies, the education also that has to take some education or some certificate education. So it's multiple layers of things that all that combined will give us the autonomous shipping for each and, let's say, every vessel. But we have to have in mind that the profiles that the vessels are operating is different. Even you have a tanker ship, if a tanker ship is VLCC or MR or LR or let's say ice class, it is completely different profiles. So you will have to teach the models, you will have to teach the people, you have to train people and invest. That all things are highly related with investments. Okay, how much investment do you have, and for how long you will be able to develop and keep up your leveling up? Because what I'm seeing from the marine engineering viewpoint, we are still struggle from the existing systems of our, let's say, engineers on board, deck officers. We see that still the basic is not known. Most of the time, yes, the basics is not known. You have people on board. When you tell them something, they are looking at you with eyes like this, like they hear first time. And the worst thing is not that one. The worst thing is that they do not like to learn. This is the biggest problem. So what you will have from the other side is that you have to find resources and people that will like to learn. And this is the driving force for development. If you do not like to learn, you will never develop. And that is profound truth. You will never develop, okay? Because the things and the information, how you will use the information, how you're absorbing the information, how you understand it, it's based on your power and your willingness to learn. That is a very, very important thing. Then also it is the adoption, how you're able to adopt that technology and say, okay, yes, we will use that technology, we will see something like, let's say, positive, because not everyone wants to see this technology, okay? There's a lot of things, a lot of things. There's things first from design also of the models of the autonomous, of how much autonomy we would like to have also, because as I know, there's different levels of autonomy. There is, let's say, partial autonomy, let's say, we can say 25%, 50%, 75%, and 100%. What is the catch at the moment? Let's say we have separated the autonomy on this percentage 25, 50, 75, and 100. Okay. And we can add here to 25% something that we think that it really relies and it fulfills, let's say, this 25%. Okay. 100%, let's say it's full autonomy, no interaction of the person, it is approved, the regulations and all the things. 50, let's say it's half half, and 75 is, let's say, three of quarter. So what is important here? What is important here? Um, what I have seen also from my experience, companies that are heading fast, keep pace really fast, and try to develop as much as faster, they have really, really huge expenses and costs. So the costs increase, and some of the projects will be not realized at all because the whole setup, the whole spending of the funds, it is so much huge that most of the projects, yes, will go down. So when we have these kind of projects, we want to see what we will earn, what is the potential to earn from that, and what is the benefits. Okay, this is the first thing that we have to identify. Uh, I want to say also that every beginning of the month I will give 10 free 10 free subscriptions for superintendent level, and yes, you will able to join. Excuse me. You will able to join the superintendent level, and you will have access to exclusive material for the marine engineering. All that material is been tested. Is been tested and verify it quite a lot. So yes, every beginning of the month. And what I will like also to see from the view of, let's say, project manager, to see how the companies are developing in that areas, what they have found, what is the status, to seek about, okay, what is the best applicable type of um, automatic, let's say, shipping, okay, and then starting invest on that. So let's say, for example, if we have identified, if we have data, and the most important, yes, we have data, we have the AI tools, we have the AI tools to making the analysis, to make search on the web, on the accessibility and the public domains, to see what is the benefit. If there is no benefit, what is the point to start something that does not have any profit? And one of the critical part that a lot of investors forget, most probably because they do not estimate that, it is the expenses that they will have in order to operate it through the years. Okay, what is the consequences? Because when the system is new, not all the issues is known. So it is yes, kind of taking of risk. Okay, it is taking of risk, and that risk or will destroy, let's say, your margins, or will make you profitable. So all the things you have to count and take in consideration. And also, a very, very important thing is to analyze how many incidents happen since this adoption of the autonomous shipping happened. This is very, very important thing to make an analysis. So you can see there is a lot of things, and as the teams, let's say, as the stakeholders, as the internal teams which is developing this autonomous shipping or taking part on some, let's say, um, some places like developing teams or some discussion teams in the industry, for sure you will get more and more details. But the most important thing is not the discussion itself, it's not the, let's say, to bring something on the surface. The most important thing is how you will implement what has been said. Because looking, let's say, from the crude oil industry, what I have seen when we make these energy institute meetings, or we, let's say, participate on some, let's say, teams to see what new appear in the industry. Yes, we have seen, let's say, okay, this year we have, let's say, from the surveyors, they have found this. Okay, number one, we have found this. One company, let's say, make a presentation. They say, okay, we have find this, we have find that, we have find this, and we have find that. But and they say, okay, this improves this, brings clarity, brings profits, brings that. But actually, how you implement all the things that has been sent on the institutes, let's say, or the groups that you are working, how you are actually put it on the implementation, and also on and the end of the year and the dashboards. Okay, what you are able and capable to take from there and make it to your profit, your organization or your company or whatsoever it is. So that is a huge question, and I believe yes, this is one of the parts where most of the companies are failing. It is the implementation of the existing technology, and with the specific development with the help of IT, because for sure if you have the infrastructure and you know what you need to put, let's say, inside, which, let's say, codes and which structure you need to have and what you need to achieve, then yes, you can be really, really ahead in the development in the industry. And what we are talking about the structure itself, it is how you connect the physical world with the data, and how this data gives you an output. Here we have input again in the physical world. Okay, this is the things, how the most easiest, let's say, view of what I have seen. Yes, it's working. So basically, we have a black hole which suction all the data, all the information, which is light, basically, and what it gives you from the other side, it is the output. Okay, so it's changed, it is processed, it is refined, it is more accurate. You are structuring the data. Basically, also here it's data, everything is data. So you have data input, okay, you have data input, you have data and how you say it, analysis and refining, structuring, structuring, and then this data will be again used on the physical world again. So this is yes, very, very easy, very, very easy view of, without codes, yes, without anything. Okay, this is the most simplest way of how you are able to get the information, what you have to do with that information, and that information will give you output which you will use basically on the physical world, because the data, let's say it will take the weather conditions and all the things, for example, to make an analysis, and then it will take actions on your vessel. The output in the propeller, how much RPM will be adjusted, the fuel, because when you set your fuel, many times the vessel does not understand the consumption, does not understand if the vessel is making more miles. You have to make all the calculations by yourself at noon, and then only then you will see. But before that, you have lost a lot of time. You have lost a lot of fuel as well. So all the things, and still I believe, yes, still I believe we consume a lot of fuel if we optimize all the things. When we optimize and we adopt the system of autonomous shipping, as we have described, let's say 25% autonomous shipping, 50% or 75, okay, the owners will decide which level of autonomous shipping they like, and it is also profitable, because as you are step up on, let's say, the 25, 50%, 75%, and 100%, the prices also rise. The price is getting more expensive. You will need also a higher qualified personnel and high qualified, let's say, maintenance teams in order to verify that your system, your autonomous system, is working according the requirements as well. Because for sure, around autonomous shipping, there will be built a system of requirements, testing, certification. So it will be an entire new, let's say, part of shipping. Yes, it will be an entire chapter of the shipping around the autonomous, yes, autonomous transportation, shipping, or whatsoever. But the most important thing, yes, is that what kind of goal we want to achieve. Okay, do we like to eliminate, let's say, the human factor? We have to question ourselves. Yes, what is the purpose? What purpose the system, what we have designed, serves? What is the purpose? What is the benefits? What is the costs? And what is the impact also? How much impact it will have on the environment as well? Because building something, it means that we have to spend, let's say, energy in order to build the systems to think about, and it's not that green. Basically, we will emit CO2 emissions on that. So yes, the energy can be green from one side, but it's also how much we have spent in order to build that green energy. And yes, how the sustainability counts, how it will offset also the emission that has been produced in the future. So the models, it's not just that easy. It's not that black and white. So if you have any comments, you can write here. You can write on the chat if you have any questions. I believe when we have a better communication, when we have some questions, yes, the flow of the presentation or the discussion is much better. So one thing that I would like to remind, the channel has 1,200 or 1,300 videos about shipping totally. So I have made simulations. I have made all kinds of simulators, all kinds of marine engine simulators, diesel generators, repairs with the simulations, real overhaulings. I have shared all the knowledge that I has accumulated through the years, and it's accessible through the membership. Some of the videos are free, and also one of the biggest part which I really love, it is the crude oil washing training course, which highly improves, yes, the understanding of those who are working on the crude oil tankers. So after this training course, which is available on YouTube, combined with the book, you will be able to build really strong understanding, not only for the crude oil, but for all the products that you will handle. Because since you know the crude oil, because it has so many different variables and characteristics, all the rest of the products will be easy piece of cake, because simply you will know how to proceed further and what you have to seek and what is required from you to understand, and what kind of information you have to gather in order to know your product. So basically, all the way of approach, technically, and also from the crude oil washing, from the simulations, it is the let's say blueprint of how you will find something. Okay, it is the way of doing something, and that way really helps you to unlock. Then you will just, let's say, you, okay, what I have to do, and you already will think, okay, this is the reason of why we are doing that. And also you will start to process the information completely different. So more ideas will come to your mind. You will be much more capable, much more flexible to create whatever you are thinking about, or any project you are related with. So let's see again what questions you would like to ask. What questions you would like to ask? Yes, in order to, let's say, maybe we can find, let's say, something together. For sure, I cannot know, excuse me, I cannot know all the information. That is true. And nobody knows all the information. The ones who said that they knows the information and everything, they are crazy. They're absolutely crazy. Yes, maybe their level is good, but you cannot know everything. It is impossible. It is impossible to know everything. Or it's something magical, or I don't know, something goes wrong. Um, yes, please go ahead with the questions. It can be also, yes, autonomous shipping. It can be any kind of. But I believe this is a huge chapter. This will be a huge chapter. And also when the accidents will happen, because for sure the accidents will happen. The accidents happen anyway. We can see it also from the autonomous cars as well. We see it there at the beginning. They improve the models, they improve the ways of how they operate. And yes, from the accidents we will learn. But the most important thing is that when we build such systems, we make them in the such way that it does not allow you to make accident. Or it will be, let's say, partial information of the crew member to take some action, or it will be completely autonomous, gathering parameters, take decisions, and proceed with the output. So where autonomous shipping can be used, autonomous shipping can be used. Let's say use cases. Okay, what use cases I'm thinking about? It can be used for patrol vessels. So it is a vessel in the ocean around an asset, making checking for let's say water quality, any let's say potential uh, entry from other vessels. So it is like observation. It can be surveying. It can be like the robots we have already, like the drones, the sea drones. So it can be patrolling. It can be monitoring for assets like platforms, like FPSOs, and it can also provide valuable information of the quality of the water, of what is happening around of the FPSO. Do we have any leakages, or do we have any, let's say, event happen? Or it can calculate the data by itself while, let's say, making around from the FPSO in VLC, and can determine, let's say, some variables change or something is going wrong. So, and then it can notify. But in order to develop such kind of vessels, we have to set some priorities. Okay, what we would like to see, what we would like to learn, for what reason, and bringing that reasons, how this will help us, and how this will bring benefits, profits, and increase the margins, making the industry safer as well and less impact to the environment. So, a lot of oil majors, if you look around the globe, there was really speed up on the green energy transition. And this is a really huge mistake that they make. And by doing this mistake, they really impact their own assets, their own development. Because what happens as they transition, let's say, to the green energy and all the things, a lot of roles disappear, a lot of knowledge disappear, and even this knowledge is being documented. Let's say it's documented on the files, on the archives. Nobody cares really about this data, because one important thing that a lot of managers forget, and a lot of, let's say, SVP, how you call them, that the most important thing that a person has, it is the motivation. So even you bring, let's say, the most talented person, the most knowledgeable person that knows everything, that has 1,000 connections, let's say have stars here, 5 stars, 10 stars, it will not able to develop if they do not have motivation. So this is one of the point that all managers are missing. And by missing that, they have missed a really, really huge part for their own development because these people will able to develop further, to provide valuable information, also to build their future assets. And now they do not have any kind of people that are able to support and have that motivation. This is the most important thing. So this happened across all the industry, across all the organizations, all let's say the big names that you have here around. But this is their own problem now at the moment. So, and the most important thing is that they are not able even to understand it because when you do not see something, when you do not questioning about something, it is like the problem does not exist. So I will give you one very, very nice example. And this will be the last example that I will do today because I would like to keep the information and the video structured about 30 to 35 minutes. Maximum sometimes 40 minutes because if we have, let's say, participation, if we have questions, we will keep it little bit more. But look, a really, really good example. You are located here, okay, and you are looking to a problem, or let's say you are looking to a house, or it is a mountain, or whatever. But our Earth, it's not flat; it is round. Okay, this is what you see here, and what you see here. This can be any person. Can be, let's say, a sale, can be manager, can be a employee or whatsoever. Okay. So you see a tiny fraction of what is happening here. And what is from here and there around, it's not visible for you. And that is the reality, how the things are structured. So most of the things are concentrated here. Let's say daily problems. Daily problems. What is the daily problems? The daily problems, it is commuting, how I will get, let's say, to my job today. This is the most problems that absorbs a lot of energy, a lot of thinking, how I will go back, what meeting we will have today, okay, what unexpected, let's say, things. So you have consumed all here and what you have seen, but you do not have energy anymore to go further. Okay. This is the daily things. And also this is how the things are missed. So from here to here, you are not able to see them. That's all. Because you have not developed the mindset, okay, what is if these things will change, these things happen like that. And this is, yes, very, very rare that you will see this kind of person that are questioning and going a little bit step, let's say, beyond in order to see what is next and what is next here. And as he progress, he open the horizons. We can see, let's say, for example, you as audience, you have purchased, let's say, the crude oil washing course. Okay, you have seen that. You say, okay, I know what is crude oil washing in, let's say, shipping, in tankers and all the things. So I will progress further. I will take, let's say, the simulation bundle. Okay. So I have accomplished that. I'm going to the next step. Okay. I would like to see, let's say, how to manage my crew. Okay. Management courses. Okay. I would like to learn, let's say, how to overhaul something. Step, 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 step. You build an overview so you have a really, really strong multidiscipline um, knowledge which help you to create that learning mindset, okay? And you see things as a positive, okay? I would like to learn, I would like to adopt, I would like to see something else. And I would like also that people that I'm working with to develop in such certain area, okay? This is on, let's say, the self development, but it's also applicable to any other person that is working for you. And not the structure that we see in the corporations. Okay, we see that as, let's say, manager or CEO of the company. Okay, where am I? Where are the others? And what I will make that the others, let's say, will not make. Or how I will change, let's say, the cards that will mix them again. And I will be here in this position, let's say, as CEO, and all the rest have to find a new way how to survive, let's say, in the cooperative world. So this is the things, yes, that I really didn't like because this model does not work at all, and it has the worst, let's say, the worst rewarding as, let's say, person as well as feeling, and also as development, okay, as professional development. We do not like this. So yes, that's a little bit, yes, an example how you can broaden, let's say, your horizon of things. And since you have, let's say, this learning mindset, you do not need any kind, let's say, of management, any kind of approvals, or any kind of things like they say, let's say, flying solo and all that things. So you can fly solo anytime, anywhere without taking any kind of approval. That is it. Thank you very much to be here on this, let's say, small introduction about the autonomous shipping. I hope it will be helpful. The only things that you can build it is the tools that is required in order to perform your job or your role as much as possible in such way that you will bring development to yourself and to your corporation. Also you will achieve your goals, but you will not be exhausted or burned. This is very, very important thing. So thank you very much, and see you on the next live. The next live will be, I think it will be soon, but I have to select, yes, I have to select what kind of content we will do in this really interesting and fascinating world of shipping. Thank you very much, and bye bye.